Is withholding the truth equivalent to lying? Robert Louis Stevenson, acclaimed novelist and poet, once said, "The cruelest lies are often told in silence." Ordinarily, the act of remaining silent in a precarious occasion that demands truthfulness is considered to be a disguised manner of dishonesty. Moreover, it can translate to performing the deeds of an accomplice or to the aiding of an unjust scheme. In spite of the fact that there are concrete definitions, characteristics, and perceptions of lying by means of concealment, it is not typically scrutinized under the lens of day-to-day life, in circumstances such as refusing to share personal matters. Therefore, the real dilemma is distinguishing in what events it can appear either socially acceptable or misleading. Fundamentally, suppressing a truth becomes a deceitful act when it is meant to create a false impression or it involves information regarding an additional person. A lie is not in the words, it is in the forethought of the person who is deceiving. The objective is to extract a particular response from the asker. A deliberate omission can be considered a lie if the shortage of information alters outcomes, be it perception or decision. However, if the act of withholding relevant information is being committed in order to manipulate a person's judgment, it is undoubtedly a form of fraudulence. Any attempt at deception is equivalent to a lie, regardless if it is done through expressing incorrect knowledge or the omission of critical information. If the concept of deluding by way of concealing the truth was explored on an everyday basis, the results would consist of minor, unimportant occasions in which people are not honest amongst themselves. However, these instances are categorized as insignificant because they do not represent a menace or the mishandling of information that regards another person, but the right of being responsible for personal matters, such as an emotional state, disease, or conflict. Whether sensitive private information is disclosed is solely up to the person who is responsible for it. Therefore, this manner of suppression does not encompass the quality of being deceitful because its intention is not to create an untrue perception. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, "Silence becomes cowardice when occasion demands speaking out the whole truth and acting accordingly." Throughout the course of human events, the action of repressing and manipulating the truth in order to distort the conceptions of others has become an infamous political strategy among global leaders. Through these cases, it is particularly noticeable how concealing a truth that is essential to another person can ultimately come across as harmful and contravene the grounds of trust and respect established previously. For example, U.S. public administration launched an initiative to create a new healthcare plan in order to substitute Obamacare, promising it would freeze the Medicaid expansion in 2020 and revamp tax credits so that they're tied to a person's age. However, the bill, an official document likely to modify the healthcare rights of millions of individuals, was conceived and revised in secrecy by the Senate GOP. The mere act of covertly submitting a healthcare bill without the righteous consent or acknowledgement of the subjects that will be affected by it is a vile form of deceit. As a widely known Russian author and essayist once said, "When truth is replaced by silence, the silence is a lie." Therefore, because the information being treated regards the welfare and universal rights of others, it is undoubtedly a matter of lying. Ultimately, the circumstance of omitting information is only considered to be a lie when the intent of the speaker is to alter the judgment of a person. Furthermore, it integrates the quality of being insincere if the receiver has a certain right or degree of responsibility over the information that is being manipulated. More often than not, the terms lie and omission are used interchangeably within society. The purpose of both terms is to conceal the truth. Although the act of suppressing knowledge is not particularly distinguished as morally corrupt, it is not a justification for the emergence of truth within conflicts that, if adequately resolved, will signify comprehensive progression. Therefore, the truth should be regarded as the precondition for human accord.